Well, welcome to Lake Kirby Nature Park. This is Dr. Bott, and this is just going to be a short introductory video just to show you a little bit about especially this boardwalk area that we have out here at the park. So I'm going to kind of give you a little tour here. So we're standing in front of one of the pavilions right at the start of the boardwalk. So I'm going to kind of pan. So we're looking to the west. The lake would be like all the way through the vegetation. If you kept going, you can see the lake through there. But I'm going to pan around, just kind of show you kind of what's around here. So all the way over, there's the original pavilion, which is still there, picnic tables, and then we have the parking lot over there in the distance, and then softball fields to the right, and then back to the left here. And there's the playground over there, and that's our nature play area, and we'll look at that a little closer here in a second. But we have all this kind of this woodland section here, and here's the boardwalk. So I'm just going to take you on just a brief walking tour through here. So these big tall trees, these are this is like hackberry, and there's a mistletoe growing on it, so that's a parasitic plant. And then another big hackberry. So this is kind of these are trees that have been here for quite a while, you know, and we kind of built the boardwalk path kind of through them. We wanted to keep as many of these as we could. There's hackberry. Notice that really rough scaly bark on it, kind of warty like bark. And we've got elm trees in here, lots of hackberry. There's this is mesquite. There's some mesquite leaves. And again, a lot of this is going to be hackberry over here. We've got a little, what we call a little pull out at the boardwalk, and eventually this is going to connect back over to the south hiking trail, okay, which is just right through the overgrowth there. Okay, here's this is an elm tree, okay, all right, and then we're going to go down the boardwalk in this direction through here. Now so the boardwalk drops down to the dam road and crosses and becomes a cement path, and it goes right down to the lake over there. Notice we've got a wheelchair access ramp as well. And then this section of the boardwalk has just got lots of tall trees, elms and hackberries. There'll be some willow trees a little further down. We have, there's a really distinctive leaf of American elm trees. And then we have a number of different interpretive signs. And so these signs tell some kind of story about like the ecology and kind of what happens out here. So this one is actually about kind of the cycle of life. You know, so how do plants and different organisms get started. So this is like a tree, the life cycle of a tree. You know, it eventually dies and it's decomposed, and then we have new life kind of starting over again. And this is showing you a kind of a food web. So the different kind of lays out the different kinds of organisms and the role that they play in the community here. Okay. So, kind of an educational sign. And then you can see the boardwalk will continue on through here. And this is, we've got all kinds of plants. This is a giant ragweed plant, and it's actually in flower. So if you have ragweed allergies, this would not be your friend probably. It's not my friend at all, but it's actually a native plant. Okay, down here we have another interpretive sign, and this one is about animal tracks. Okay, and so these are the tracks of different small mammals that you could actually see if you were lucky out here at Lake Kirby Nature Park. So if you could find like an area over down closer to the lake where after it's rained you have some mud, you could actually see some of these prints. So one of the big ones that you would probably see really often would be the raccoon. So there's the raccoon, and then we've got rabbits out here as well too. But you could, you know, any of these other animals, white-tailed deer, cottontail, opossum, gray fox, eastern fox squirrel, armadillo, and raccoons would they all call this home somewhere out here in this area. Okay, Continue up this direction on the boardwalk. There's a giant sunflower plant. And again, these are more hackberries and elm trees. Here's a juniper. So this is an evergreen tree. So it's got little bitty scale-like leaves. And so it's always got some leaves on it. And I noticed earlier, this is a neat little vine called Carolina snail seed. Okay, and it's got its little seeds on it. But kind of it's a vine, so it's climbing up on top of this hackberry tree. And then we come out of the boardwalk here to this pavilion. So the boardwalk kind of formally it begins and ends with the pavilion. So you can see the pavilion in the distance over there where we got started. Okay, all right, and so that's pretty much what we call the boardwalk area. This is our nature play area over here. There's a climbing log, and there's some sand pits as well over here, and a big dead log to climb on. So lots of neat things to do out here and enjoy. And then here's a restroom. We actually have a restroom, kind of like going to the state park kind of restroom, but still it's there if you need it. And I'm going to take us kind of cross country to go around and get joined back to the dam road. So here's an old growth juniper. Notice this, and notice that it really kind of shredding bark on this one. So this is a juniper tree. It's kind of, as they get older, their bark changes quite a bit. Okay, so now you can see the lake over in the distance. It's kind of a beautiful evening here. It's about 6:20 in second week of September. And I'm just going to follow the road a little bit back in this direction and show you where the boardwalk comes out, and then we're going to cross over this road and continue down the cement path. But I just want to show you this little area of this really pretty native wildflower called eryngium. Okay, it's a member of the carrot family. Actually, it's got these really pretty clusters of flowers that have kind of these purple scaly-like leaves. And then you can see some prickly pear with some fruits with seeds on top, the kind of purple things. We've not had a lot of rain over the last, say, 6 weeks, and so some of the normal fall wildflowers that would be out are not really out right now. So you can see where the boardwalk comes out right over there to the left. And then here's the crosswalk, and we're gonna go down the path here. Okay, and so this is kind of overgrown a little bit. We've got a mixture of kind of some wetland plants. So this is a button bush. It's got these big, what were flowers, and these are going to be fruits and seeds. And so this area, up until a month ago, had water like right off the cement path here. And so probably right down there where you see the base of this willow tree had water, and now it's been so dry over the last 6 weeks or so that the water's receded quite a bit. But the cement path goes on down to the lake, and then we have another interpretive sign over here. And this one, it's got a willow growing on top of it. We need to do a little trimming out here. But this one shows the common bird species that you can see out here at Lake Kirby. Okay, and so number 8 there is a great blue heron, and we've got several resident great blue herons, so it's really easy to see them. But pelicans over there and different kinds of ducks are really common out here. So there's the lake. The path ends down here. Eventually, we have planned a bird blind, so it would be kind of on. It would kind of extend out over into the water. But for right now, we've got a big old growth of these are bulrushes that are growing in the water, so it's a wetland plant. Okay, so that's the tour of kind of the overview of this Lake Kirby Nature Park area.